All right, we are live. Dean went out and he is going to be coming back in. I told him his microphone didn't sound right. It sounded like he was talking into a tin can. So when he comes back in, he'll probably be behaving badly, but hopefully he will do what he needs to do. So we got, let's see. It says I'm live. We got some people. That's good. The event is on. That's good. So, what's up, Dean?
How you doing? How's the sound now?
I don't think it. Oh, wait. Maybe it's me.
Thanks.
Oh, it was my fault.
Thank you. I went and was looking at the connections, reconnected.
Oh man, that was on me. I don't know why it happened, but it sounded bad because it was coming through the speakers on my phone, and then it was on my computer, and then it was coming through the microphone into my headphones. And hey, I'm old. This technology stuff is beyond my comprehension now. I'm going to play the age card now. I'm going to do that from now on.
I know aren't you a bona fide AARP member now?
I am. I have a card. I don't have it on me, but I do have an AARP card because you can get some crazy discounts and stuff.
I'm telling you, Golden Corral.
And yeah, I don't go to, is this it? Wait a minute. I got my Food Lion card, my MVP card for, oh, here we go. I'm going to cover this. But yep, I got my AARP card here in my wallet.
It's a thing of beauty. 5% off at the Golden Corral on Tuesdays.
I'm telling you, you can. Hey, you know what? Money's money, son. What my grandpa said. He said, "Man, once you spend $1, you can't get it back." So there you go. Randall says, "Hey Jim, I got my cool shirt. Awesome. All right. Which place of viewing has the most Dean and Jim attention?" Well, of course, it would be over on jimanddeanshow.com. That would be where you can get more interaction with us. Bob's over there. Jorge's there. Gustavo. So VM, I'm not sure who VM is, but I could make up some things from that initial.
Isn't that voicemail?
Voicemail could be. Michael Cheney. It's like Jim Edwards with 5 exclamation points. Yeah. Michael Cheney, 5 exclamation points. So we're going to do something different, Dean, today. You didn't know this, but we're actually going to do something on the Jim and Dean show that we have never done before. We're actually going to critique a sales letter. This is for one of my, I help out with a coaching program with some stars in the ClickFunnels universe. And what's up, Mrs. Denise Downing? So anyway, she's launching a webinar. You and I do webinar copy like every freaking week. I'm looking at her thing and I'm like, man, I could do a critique, but then I was thinking, why, with no restrictions? I mean, think about the kind of critique that we could do if we didn't have Jesse as a mitigating influence, or we were doing it on ClickFunnels, or we were doing it with Christian there as like the den father with us. Imagine what we could do.
And add to that the voice of legal compliance. Over everything. Yeah.
Which kind of scares me to say that you shouldn't. I mean, I'm going to have like this big disclaimer that I'm going to say before we go through the thing. But would you all like to watch us do a critique of a funnel, of a webinar sales funnel? Would you be interested in seeing that? If you're not interested in seeing that, we're still going to do it, but if you'd be interested in seeing that, let us know if you think that would be good.
We're giving you the option of sticking around if it doesn't interest you, or hanging out,
or leaving.
Yeah.
So,
right.
there you go.
We are, see, when you give people the option, and this is really important with marketing and sales copy, you empower your audience, you empower the viewer, you empower the reader, because you give them the option. Whenever you give somebody the option to say no, that is one of the most powerful things you could ever do.
Okay. Well, some people exercise that option. Actually, we lost 4 people.
But look how many came back. Look how many people are commenting now.
But we did pick up some over on the website. It is what it is. I mean, if you're not having a good time, we'll refund your tuition for today's session with Jim and Dean Show.
Yeah.
So
I didn't.
I'm just going to share. Well, go ahead.
What is tuition? This is the first I've heard.
Oh, you didn't know I've been collecting money for this? Were you expecting to get paid?
Tuition. How come I don't have? If you're collecting tuition, where's my tenure? Where's my pension?
You are officially tenured at the University of Jim, the University of Mr. Pickles.
U of J?
You are an adjunct professor at the University of Mr. Pickles.
So you're seeing this as a sabbatical, and this is favor.
You don't get a paid leave.
No stipend. No.
Okay, so here is here. I'm just going to read you real quick. I taught a class last night on avatars to the group, and so she took action, which is great.
Yeah.
So she said, my avatar is a beginner entrepreneur who wants comfort in knowing their business is set up properly. They want professional guidance, and they want to know the support with, they have support with financial vision. Ultimately, they want to know that they're following procedures that will keep the IRS off their back. Once they know this, they want to be exposed to money saving and tax reduction ideas they need for financial wealth building so they can have financial freedom. They want someone they can go to for answers they can trust. So that is her, that's her avatar, which is better than most people say my avatar is a business owner. So in this case, we are now going to come over here and we are going to check out her funnel. And I'm going to share my screen. Now, interestingly enough, this looks like it was optimized already for mobile, which I thought was interesting. I mean, this is over here, and we're going to talk about anything. Okay, we can talk about anything. It's not like we can, we're not worried about we're only doing the headline or anything like that. We're going to critique the whole front page. Okay, so I'm going to do one thing here real quick, and I thought it would be kind of cooler to look at this as if it was on mobile. Because so much stuff happens on mobile, and actually it was easier for me to focus on what's being said. I don't know, for whatever reason, it was easier for me to just get a feel of this. So again, keeping the avatar in mind, and those of you who are wondering, what am I doing? There's a way inside of Chrome to be able to look at a web page to see if it's mobile optimized and what it would look like on your actual screen. So attention small business owners and wealth seekers who want to strengthen their business structures driven by determination of success. That's kind of wordy to me. That's like a whole bunch of stuff that's just sounding way too complicated. I would go with something like attention small business owners and independent professionals. That's really who your target audience is. If you're just looking for a grabber, for someone to, just as the very first thing, your thought on that, just as the very first thing as the grabber, not talking about the headline yet.
Okay, so the grabber is just meant to call out who you're talking to. And
right.
this has got other stuff mixed in with it. So you want to separate those two. To me, when you say small business owners and wealth seekers, that's not connecting with me when you put those two things together. So I would agree with what you said about independent professionals.
Okay.
Yes.
So now let's get on to the headline. And the headline is, the online economic power secrets you need to know. The problem is, I understand where she's going with economic power, but the problem is that to me, that's not talking to the audience. It's like too highbrow, where you have to think too much. Does this apply to me? And then underneath the subheadline, exposing the powerful secrets on obtaining financial freedom through economic systems and tax reduction strategies. Again, I think you have to think too hard about what that's saying. And we want this to feel like a grease to shoot as far as grabbing people. To me, what this would say, the payoff to me, and like normal people talk, would be, free webinar, discover the powerful secrets to keeping more of the money you make and paying less taxes. Something like that. What's your knee-jerk reaction, Dean?
Well, I like what you just said. I'd want to know, is this person here with us today?
No.
Okay. So
she's an accountant, by the way. She's a CPA.
An accountant. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. So, and I can understand why the language is the way it is, because none of it is hitting me on an emotional level.
Right.
Like you said, it's using all these dry corporate gobbledygook speak, right? And you're looking to target business owners, and I would go again. I'm agreeing with you about they want to keep more and pay out less in taxes. They want to make it. If they want to make, this could even have to do. I don't know what her client base is, because there's some things in here when she says economic power and economic systems. Well, to me, that says that's all encompassing for, do you have your corporate structure in place? Is it an LLC? Is it an Inc? What is it? Is it a DBA? Do people not know how to do that? Is it the bookkeeping aspect of it? I'd want to know what this woman's superpower is as a CPA, and not only her superpower, but I'd want to know who her best clients are. And I'd want to know, how is she serving them best?
Right.
Because it could be through one of those things. And when you're trying to set everything up for people, you're going to attract less of an audience. So why not go for the people who either, one, they need amazing bookkeeping services, two, they need somebody to do their taxes quarterly, because if they're independent professionals and they're small businesses, they probably, if they're not, they probably should be, as a CPA would know, file quarterly tax reports. Is she great at internal audits? So find the thing that's going to separate you from H&R Block, right? The big commercial, because you don't want to be, because right now she's it's even masked with this language. She's in a red ocean here. There's nothing special about what she's doing or what she's saying. So she's got to find that opportunity or that unique mechanism.
So I'm just going to I agree with you, and we're going to do something in just a second that will help with that. But I just had a headline thing pop into my head that I just need to get it out there so I'll be able to listen to other stuff you're saying. Okay. But free webinar reveals this discover the secrets you need to know to keep more of what you make and pay less in taxes, parentheses, without raising red flags with the IRS.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So to me, that's so I want to just read the rest of this stuff, the rest of this thing with you. Why is this not scrolling?
Because what you just said, people really don't, they care, but they don't care. You got to give the big promise or the result. They don't care how it's done. Just do it for me, would you please?
Right. Okay. So let's just, without comment, let's read the rest of the stuff, because I think there's a lot of the stuff that we need in here. So I'm just going to read through this real quick. On this live workshop, you will discover how to determine what's the best organizational structure for your business. So, I mean, that's the whole thing with S entity. 3 top strategies to implement in your business today. What you need to know about hiring staff, payroll, and benefits. Major benefits of hiring your children. I think there's a real hook in there. What you need to do today to avoid IRS tax issues in your business. What to do if you can't pay your IRS obligations, tax obligations. Hang on. I want to do the same thing, but let's get through this, because there are cool things in here. No time to delay. The economic power secrets. What to do right now to get your business organized, improve your financial systems, decrease your taxes, and get unstuck. Dude. Putting money back into your pockets. Again, there's gold here. Presented by Tracy Lowe, CPA, CGMA. I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool.
The Congressional Medal of Honor.
No, I don't know how you spell honor, but okay. So Tracy is the founder of On Point Inc., a multi-tier business organization. She is known as a world-renowned international certified public accountant. In 2010, she was appointed to the top 5% of professionals in her industry. She has been awarded Businesswoman of the Year and named CFO of the Year twice by the Tampa Bay Business Journal. She has worked for Deloitte, the world's top-rated accounting firm, and been a financial advisor to several Fortune 500 companies, over 27 years in the accounting industry. I love this. Fun fact, she's an avid bowler with 300 perfect games in her repertoire. That's really cool.
You know what that does? That just makes her one of us.
Right. She's an in-demand speaker. I can just see her. She looks really cool, but I could see her drinking a beer and bowling and talking smack.
I want to see her bowling shirt.
She is an in-demand speaker and has a passion to use her experiences and expertise to serve, inspire, and lead the next 1 million to financial wealth, success, and freedom. So now we've got a bunch of stuff in here that we can use to make we can work with these bullets. It's kind of like the raw ingredients are here. We can work with these. But now that we know all that stuff, should we break out a wizard and do some headlines, or you just want to spitball it? It's up to you.
I just want to spitball something, because one of those bullets hit me like a bullet between the eyes. And it's the one you picked out, which is the major benefits of hiring your children. Now, very few CPAs or financial advisors really talk about that. Right. What they talk about is all the things that we read in that general kind of mishmash headline about setting up your systems, and I do all of this stuff. My feeling, my gut is telling me, create a webinar specifically about how to use your kids to get all of these deductions, about how to set up trusts, how to really keep all of that money. And I'm telling you, I just think that is a gold mine.
How to leverage the fact that you have kids into real lasting wealth for your entire family.
And here's now, exactly, because here's what it's going to filter out. It's going to filter out anybody who's single. It's going to figure out anybody who doesn't have kids. Who cares? The parents, if they have kids, they care about their financial legacy. They care about, and that is a huge emotional hot button.
Yep.
I mean, it's stuff that I think about at my age. I'm going, I want to leave something to my kids. I don't want my kid. I want to leave. I already know. My daughter.
You said kids. You only have one kid. What is there? Something we need? Is there going to be a confession here?
No. My kid. There isn't. And there could be somebody along the way that I don't know about during my travels through life, and no one's informed me yet. Or I'm going to get, hey, here's the adoption papers. There's going to be a knock at my door, right? Dad. Well, where have you been?
Okay.
Right? So
what's your point? So give me a headline. Spitball me a cool headline. I gave you one.
You just gave me the headline. I don't need to write anything. You did all the work for me.
Okay. I love that though, because that's a serious niche. Now, hang on. What if it was, does this apply to grandkids? I don't know. I don't know. Are you an accountant? No.
I know.
You don't know.
Hey, you thought about your kids. That would be a bullet. Even your grandkids.
But my point though is that typically grandparents have more money. So it would be kids or grandkids. That's if you could do the kids or grandkids thing,
sure.
It's you're opening it up, but you're still keeping it laser focused. That's all I'm saying.
And in parentheses, even if you're adopted.
I like it. No, because legally they're, you know, adopted. That's good. That's kind of like even if you failed high school English class.
Or have a parental guardian.
Or now you're getting.
I know. But I see, I think there's something that it's like they say, it's cliche. There's riches in the niches.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing.
Is something that's very unique when you do that.
And most people I know have a mother and father, so they are a child. And most people at some point there's reruns on TV and they end up with a kid. I mean, most people I know are a kid or have kids.
Right. In parentheses, even if you don't know who your kids are.
Wow.
Or where they are.
But what if you didn't like them? You wouldn't want to give money to someone you didn't like.
Good. Filter them out. You filter
That's
them
right.
out. You're not thinking about them anyway. Those freeloaders. I can't believe you're 3 years old and you expect me to feed you and clothe you. What is that?
You're going to work. You're going to work for daddy.
Lazy toddler. Lazy toddler.
Fill this out. Fill this application. Oh, you can't write? That's my fault? No, I blame the public education system for the fact that you can't write.
Yeah. You got a play school trike? Go down to the grocery store and get me a loaf of bread.
Let me tell you what. And you're going to start working for Grubhub. I can tell you that.
Yes. And DoorDash. Learn.
Both. That's like working for Lyft and Uber.
Here's your Disney Play license. Go get me something.
What do you mean you don't have money? I'll pay you when you deliver.
Just smile and show them your 6 teeth. They'll give it to you.
All right. So now, I am full, as they say down at the Language Academy, I am in full agreement with you, Dean, as far as I would, if you don't feel comfortable getting that specific, then at least get down to the nitty gritty of some gut level reaction, payoffs and penalties, and I can tell you as a small business owner myself, how to keep more of your hard-earned dollars in your pocket, avoid paying a dime more in taxes than you have to. Parentheses, without raising red flags with the IRS. To me, that's a much better headline than this.
Yeah.
Okay. So now down here, and again, the fact that she has this done and the fact that we know what she's trying to get across, it's awesome. We're just trying to help you make it better. All right. Copy. There's no right or wrong with copy. There's only good, better, best. Good copy. Any copy that's done is good copy. Better copy is copy that has gone through the experience mill. And then best copy is copy that you have tested, split tested, and are continually trying to better your.
So what you said just reminds me of a joke that a comedian used to do. And because it's the Jim and Dean show, and I don't have to censure myself, where you were saying copy is good, better, best. The comic would do a thing. He said, my friends would ask me, whenever if I picked a woman up and went to bed, they would ask me, was she good in bed? And I'd say, look, she went to bed with me. That was good.
Wow.
And I think that would be any guy's response. The fact that somebody's sleeping with you, that's a good thing.
There you go. Right? Now, this is somebody just asked a good question. I don't know if we can answer it today, but it might be a really cool one for in the future. Jim, how do you test copy without spending a fortune? That's a great question, and that's something we could talk about in a future episode.
Absolutely.
Okay, so back to the problem, the matter at hand. Let's talk about these bullets, okay? How to determine the best organizational structure for your business. To me, again, I know that this is probably either, is it S Corp, DBA, C Corp, LLC, that kind of a thing. So to me, a better way of saying this, or maybe a more compelling thing to do here, is how to structure your actual business for maximum tax savings and something and least liability. And no,
yeah.
And then in parentheses, I might put, and no, it's not what you think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not what it's perfect because most people don't know.
Right.
Do I do it right? Isn't that? Do I do a pass-through entity? Do I do an S corp on my LLC?
Right. Should I do an S corp with a combination with an LLC?
Right. Do I do a member manage or manager manage?
Right.
All of that.
So that to me would be the first one I would use. Now, top strategies to implement in your business today. That could be anything. So I'm going to give that to Dean. Dean, make that anything. Okay, you could just do something with that one. Fix that. Fix it. Do something. Come on.
It's the 3 top money strategies that will put more money in your pocket now.
And keep that money in your kids' pockets for years to come.
There you go. ...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What you need to know about hiring staff, payroll, and benefits.
That won't bleed you dry.
Oh, in unnecessary fees and extra taxes.
Oh, let's look at the flip side of that.
Okay.
How to hire staff. There's a lot, too much in there. What you know about hiring staff, payroll, and benefits. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How hiring, oh man. So payroll and benefit, I was on a different, how to turn hiring staff into an investment instead of an expense.
I was going to say what you need to know about turning staff into a profit center rather than a monthly expense.
Yeah, good.
That still might be a little bit, but we're going to go on to the next one. Major benefits of hiring your children.
Well, I would take that. To me, that's the thrust of the webinar, but for the sake of this, that's what you got.
So what I would say is that if that's the thrust of the webinar, I would move this up as the first benefit, and I would do something like 3 secrets to creating lasting family wealth.
A legacy of wealth.
A lasting legacy of wealth. 3 secrets to create a lasting legacy of wealth by hiring your children.
Lasting legacy of wealth, and it's kind of repetitive. ... for generations to come.
For generations to come, but we got to say something about by hiring your kids. It's tying to the hiring your kids. So, 3 secrets are. Now I got too many things going through my head.
How to hire your kids and dramatically scale your wealth
for generations.
For generations to come.
How to hire your kids and massively scale your family's wealth for generations to come.
There you go.
Dang, dude, that could be the headline. That could be the hook promise at the top too.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Okay. What you need to do today to avoid IRS tax issues in your business. Specific strategies to avoid IRS red flag laws I would, because red flags is red flag. No, red flag logs it's a buzzword right now. People talk about it. It's on a totally different context, but who cares? Specific things you must do today to avoid IRS tax, to avoid attracting attention of the IRS and a potential audit.
Oh, how about now? Let's go back to like an old school headline as a bullet. Are you making these big IRS mistakes in your business?
Are you making these tax mistakes in your business that will have the IRS descending on you,
knocking
like
on your door,
of vultures? Are you making any of these tax mistakes?
These
IRS tax mistakes that will earn you a visit from an agent, or that will get you a knock on the door from an
IRS agent.
An IRS agent.
A G-man.
I'm thinking of like the Men in Black.
Yeah.
Which I would love it if Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones showed up at my house. Total side note, one of the best movie quotes of all time.
I know what you're going to say.
When Tommy Lee Jones says,
in The Fugitive,
a person is smart. People are stupid. I paraphrased it there. What you need to do today to avoid IRS tax issues in your business. The top three deduction mistakes that will almost always lead to an audit.
Will lead to handcuffs.
And how to avoid them. I would go with something like that. The top three, I mean, just it'd be rapid fire stuff. The top three mistakes, the top three tax deduction mistakes that almost always lead to an audit. Parentheses, and how to avoid them. Boom. I mean, there you go. And what to do if you can't pay your IRS tax obligations. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't like that last one. And I'm going to tell you why. Because someone who can't pay their tax obligations probably ain't got the money to pay you.
Yeah.
So I don't want somebody that's already behind. I want somebody who doesn't want to get behind.
Because they're going to be a trouble customer.
Yes. Ooh, Randall says business owners make these same mistakes every year that could shut down their businesses. With that other one, how to avoid the common mistakes that lead to an IRS shutdown of your business. That will lead to an IRS shutdown of your, that could lead to an IRS shutdown of your business. That could lead to the IRS padlocking your doors. Isn't that better though? That's a better visual, right?
I like
right?
It.
How to avoid the three biggest tax deduction mistakes that could lead to the IRS throwing a padlock on your front door. Dude, that's good. That's a good visual. Okay. Now, this one right here, I'm not 100% sure why we need this here. This is I don't get it. I feel like if you're going to do this, there should be a call to action right here. This shouldn't be where it is. You know, you should have like a call to action here, like register now for the whatever the new name of the webinar is, because this ain't it. But discover exactly what to do right now to get your business organized and structured. What to do right now to save money on taxes, increase or create a legacy of wealth, and just plain keep more money in your own pocket.
what is the big outcome that people want? There's a whole laundry list of stuff there again. And the other thing is, before we go into that, I think her picture, if she's got on the laptop, I think her picture should be up next to the headline, with a couple of, we don't need a full bio on her. We just need a couple of things. She's got these titles after her name to see that that's a
CPA,
that's a power pose right there. And all she has to do is move that picture right to where those dots are.
Yeah.
So we see who's doing it, and maybe a little bio, your host.
Yeah. Your host. Yeah.
And then when she says she's been featured in Forbes and all that stuff, I would put those as social proof, a band of, just a banner of social proof.
Yeah, I would have on her, Tracy Lowe, CPA, CGMA, former Deloitte consultant, CFO of the year, 2-time CFO of the year.
Just have a banner of social proof without going into the whole explanation.
Yeah.
What's going to get them is not that picture. That's just going to support the headline.
That this is a professional lady.
Yeah.
But I think that having this down here at the bottom is fine.
Sure. Yeah.
I would,
have a different picture.
But okay,
because that's a lot of wasted real estate up there next to the.
Yeah. So what do we do about this? I mean, this needs to be like the final call to action, or it just needs,
it doesn't just needs to get to the point there, because the bullets, right. To me, the bullets are the, look at we write these pages every single week, Jim.
Right.
And I think the more stuff, the more people will get confused. And the more you say, why are they showing up? Have a headline with one big idea in it, and then some bullets.
And I think it needs another call to action down here with a sub headline.
Register now.
Get started. Register now to keep more money in your pocket.
Or don't register if you want to see it flush down the toilet.
Or if you're not interested in saving money, click here, and take them right to the IRS's pay portal.
To the IRS.gov.
Right. But I would do that. Seriously, right in there. I would just register now to start keeping more money in your family's pocket.
Right. And I get the feeling, and this is a common mistake. We're not beating up on Tracy here at all, because we see this a lot. You're trying to, you're in your mind, you're thinking, I got to throw everything in the kitchen sink and maybe something will grab my audience. And it has the opposite effect. It repels your audience.
Well, it gives them too many things to think about.
It's a confused mind.
Right. Absolutely. So I think we've done it. I think we did it. What do you think, Dean?
Yeah. The only place to go now, because we can just assume and conjecture and all of this, but to find out what who her best clients are, who are they, and model that and find out, like with the web and avatar, what are we targeting? What do they want? What is their strong core emotional desire? Where are they now? And where do they want to be? Who are they now? Who do they want to be?
Yep.
They want to be a hero to their families. If we're talking about legacy, right? They want their name to be remembered 75, 100 years after they're off this planet by their grandkids and great-grandkids.
Yeah, not just the prison records.
No, they want their name on a library. Right.
Yeah, not in the post office. They want their name on a library or a bench. A bench. At least a bench.
At least a bench.
Right.
In a park.
Right. Not in front of like a shelter or something.
Or at a bus stop.
Like, that's what I mean. Like a bus shelter. Like one of those vinyl wraps like the realtors all have.
Yep.
It's I want my name on a teak bench with a genuine brass plaque on a college campus.
And a college campus on the community college campus, a dedication bench.
I want kids to shotgun beers on my bench. I want to have a beverage holder on my bench. In the
shape of a keg.
I don't even drink.
My wife has the best. My wife already knows what she's going to have on her footstone.
Yeah. Footstone. Headstone, you mean?
Not a headstone, a footstone. She wants a footstone. It's going to what hers is going to say. I'll be right back.
Nice.
Isn't that the greatest?
Nice. Very good. Okay, so that's a lot. And that's one of the reasons why we kind of ease off, because I know that it can be like drinking from a fire hose. But if you, Tracy, if you watch this back and you just look at what we talked about piece by piece by piece, I think that you should be able to really put a little bit of extra zing into what you're doing there.
Right. So, and again, to that point, and again, Jim and I get very zealous about and passionate about this stuff, as you could tell. The volume goes up. We start leaning in closer to the camera and the microphone. Is that Jim and I are victims of this too, because when we first have an idea of something, we're in love with the idea. We're in love with the baby. We're in love with the thing itself. And you have to take a step back and go, wait. I've got the thing. I've got to be thinking about my audience. I have to be thinking about what they want, what their desire is, not how I shape what I have to them, but how do I bring my audience to the event? How do I get more signups and show ups? How do I bring them to the service that I know that can improve their lives?
Right. And the way you do that is by attracting them with the emotionally compelling hot buttons that are the things that are either top of mind or overtly they're looking for. You know, thinking about it from the standpoint of, if someone was typing into Google, what would they type in to look for me? That's the focus. The pain points, the problems, the questions, the desires, those are all the things that are top of mind, that as soon as they see it, they can go, oh, that's me. That's me. They're not walking around thinking about, how can I create generational wealth for my family? But as soon as they see something that says, here's how to create generational wealth for your family, they're like, oh, yes, that's something that's important to me. Ooh, plus, I have kids. I'll hire the little rats.
How about how to create generational wealth for your kids and grandkids, even if you're earning 5 figures? That's most people, but it depends on her audience wants.
I was trying to sit real still to make you think that I froze, but yeah, that's cool. That's a cool one too. I think it just depends on,
because that's like hope. That's like, really?
Right.
You can really do this? I mean, look at the book that came out a few years ago, The Millionaire Barber. You learn how to invest, you learn how to save, you learn how to do your taxes, you learn how to keep the right books, you learn how to set up your entities the right way. All this woman is talking about.
Yeah. Or if inflation hits real hard, everybody would be millionaires because a loaf of bread costs $1,000. But hey, let's not worry about that. I'm worried about that.
I don't think you have to worry.
But that's the thing that you could also, are you worried about inflation? Are you worried about planning for college? That's another way to do a grabber.
Right. Even on a teacher's salary. Right.
Ooh. Randall says, little known tax secrets that secure the future of your children. That's kind of cool. That'd be a really cool, that'd be a great bullet.
That's a powerful word, security.
Yeah. I like that. Nice. All right. Well, well done, Randall. If we were giving away t-shirts, you would win one, but we are not, so you didn't. But
so you still have to go around bare-chested.
No. I think Randall won one of the
Did you win some swag?
I think he won swag. Randall, you won swag, right? So all right. I was just looking over at the Jim and Dean show.
Nice. I heard this reminds me. That reminds me. There's a comedian. Do you remember the show on Comedy Central, Dr. Katz?
Vaguely.
Years ago. Okay, he was a comic. I've worked with him many times. Hilarious. He did this joke. I mean, he was this slight bald guy. He was just like the cartoon, really. He said, I had the worst, and I'm going to substitute another word for
I am not connected with the telling of this joke. Go ahead, Dean.
So he said, I had the worst Freudian slip last week. I went home for Thanksgiving dinner, and I'm sitting at the table and all my family's there. And what I meant to say was, Dad, please pass the mashed potatoes. But what came out was, you ruined my life, you frickin' asshole.
Wow. That's quite the Freudian slip.
That's one of my favorite jokes that Cats did.
That sounds like it should have been in a Ben Stiller movie. That's like the kind of thing with like a movie with Ben Stiller in it that he just would, or with who's the guy that was in Step Brothers with Will Ferrell?
Oh yeah, it's he has 3 names.
Yeah, he's got 3 names that you like. His name should be like Fred Jones or something, but he's got this really long. Yeah, but
great.
You know that guy.
So good. Yeah,
you know, like you ruined my life.
But it was so understated the way he just said it in this really calm voice, and it was the real F word, the F bomb that he said.
Nice.
That was just hilarious.
All right. Well, that was fun. Hopefully, I can't imagine that Tracy would take umbrage with anything that we've said if she spends time in bowling alleys. John, we have a lot of fun. There you go,
Riley.
We have a lot of fun on the Jim and Dean show, but I hope you all felt the value that we were trying to pour into that webinar funnel. Dean's absolutely right. We do it every week. We create the copy for the webinar funnels for Funnel Fridays with Russell Brunson. And so we got a little bit of experience under our belt. The sales copy that we put together has generated over 70,000 opt-ins.
Yeah.
So we know a little bit about getting people to sign up for webinars. So there you go.
And we get anywhere between 1,000 and 1,800 people showing up every week.
That's right.
For the show. So, and that leads to sales. I mean, that's led to 614 new ClickFunnels users.
Wow.
That's
pretty cool.
Revenue. Yeah.
Nice. So nobody asked where I'm at. Like, nobody asked where I was. Where am I? What am I doing? Like I'm on a new set for a Jim and Dean show.
Is that a spiritual journey question?
No, but nobody asked like, hey, Jim, where are you? You're like in a different place. They're probably assuming that I just got some random green screen background or something.
He was sent by the teacher from the classroom into the hall.
That's like my joke. I mean, I'm in my wife's basement. Yeah, it's you know, your mom's basement. I'm in my wife's basement. But check this view out. Oh, it's not a lake house, and that's the ocean out there.
And you own a piece of that.
That's right. That's the ocean out there.
You own the ocean to the jetty.
No, I don't think I own any of the ocean. I wouldn't want to.
Well, if you had, you wouldn't say that if you had a metal detector.
I've got a metal detector.
Do you? Do you go out there with your metal detector sweeping the sand and the shore?
Yeah, why not?
I'm just asking. Lots of bottle caps?
Yeah.
What's the most valuable thing you found with your metal detector?
Time with my wife.
Was she buried in the sand?
No, that was like she might see this. Time with my wife. Spending time with my wife.
What's the next best thing?
Not much. I haven't really found anything cool. I don't have like 99% of people that mess around with metal detectors, you don't find anything but old nails and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you only hear from the 1%, and then you think, oh, everybody else is finding Spanish doubloons or whatever they are.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right, everybody. Great job. I do not have any cool sound effects. I don't have any cool things to like end with. I don't have any music or anything. So I have to go back over to my other office for that.
You can give Mr. Pickles.
But at least
Mr. Pickles is here. So, on behalf of Jim Edwards and Dean Edelson, I want to thank everyone for joining us on the Jim and Dean Show, and I would encourage you to do like I do. Keep it classy, folks. Have a great day.